Hey there, lovelies. I am getting ready to bake a homemade peach dump cake, okay? Now, I love dump cakes. They're so much fun, and I can do so much with them. I can put different ingredients. They're super easy, quick, just no big deal. I love dump cakes, okay? So, I'm gonna switch it up a bit today. I want to use fresh peaches. I don't want to use canned peaches, so I went and bought a bag. I've got some other ingredients here also. I've looked up recipes and pick and chose certain ingredients that I like out of one recipe and kind of mix them. So I've got like 4 or 5 that I usually combine to make a meal or a dish. I have such a rebel soul. This also includes recipes. So I don't like to follow just one. I usually just pick a few and combine them all because that's just what works, you know? That's what I like, a little bit of wild side in it. The first thing that we need to do is wash our peaches. Now the recipe calls for 6 peaches. That's exactly what we have, okay? So we're gonna have to peel these and pick them to get the seed out. Then we'll start seasoning the peaches. All right, just giving these guys a good bath. Let's get our cutting board out. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay. Now I've got this awesome little paring knife. And it is my favorite. You know how you always just have a knife and you like that one? So, going like this. And we're trying to take the seed out. Now, if I'm timing this right, also, Bob will be home from work by the time this comes out of the oven, so he'll be able to eat it hot or warm. Let's not burn him. Okay, so we've got all the peaches peeled and cut down and pitted, so they are all ready. And now we're going to get ready for the first ingredients from the first recipe. So let's see what happens. All right, so we need 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, which we have right here. So we have 1 tablespoon of cognac. Just try to fold all the ingredients in, don't stir. It'll break the peaches. Okay, so we're preheating our oven. We've got our baking dish. Got a good spray, and then you can dust it with a bit of flour. It just helps with the making sure stuff doesn't stick. So shake it around there. So we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And like I said, this is from a completely different recipe. So, an 1/8 nutmeg. I'm just going to pop that out, see what that does. So now we're going to give this a nice little turn. See if we can get all that business all mixed up. Oh, it smells so good. Alright, I think that's nice. So now you just pour it into your baking dish. And it says to put them half side down. So, I am going to follow that rule, I guess, because I don't know why. So, I forgot to add cornstarch, so I'm going to add it now, and I'm just going to mix it in. So, it's this other recipe is 2 tablespoons. So, we're just going to make our own syrup. Okay. So we've got all of our cornstarch mixed in now, because that's the thing that I do. Skip steps. Surprised anything I make comes out. Okay, so now, some of these recipes literally just call for a cake mix, and you can do that, and I've done that a billion times also. I use a white cake mix usually, and I just dump it on top and then put butter, and that's how I do my dump cakes. But this time I'm going to do it just a bit different because I'm making it from fresh peaches. We need all the dry ingredients. So, got my flour right here. 1 1/4 cup. That's about 1. And this is a 1/2 cup. So, do half of the 1/2 cup. Bam. Brown sugar. 1 teaspoon baking powder. I'm going to use this coarser salt, so I'm going to just use a bit less than the half. We're just going to mix all these dry ingredients together with a fork. Easy peasy. So now, here's where I add all my other stuff. Into the dry cake mix, I add a cup of rolled oats. It makes the topping crunchy. It adds just a bit of texture to it. It's awesome. It's just awesome. I love it. So that is usually a main ingredient in all of them. Now I have these almonds, sliced almonds. So I'm going to mix a 1/4 cup of almonds in it too. I've never done that before. We'll just see what happens. But I'm hoping it gives the crust like a nice little crunch and texture to it, because the peaches are going to be so soft and syrupy. And of course we have vanilla ice cream to go on top. Alright, that's all good and mixed. If you got cake or flour globs or anything, you can leave it. It's all it's going to do is just get crusted up, you know, so it's fine. Okay. So we are going to just kind of just shake it, dribble it over. Try to get it even as you can. Okay, so now we're going to slice some butter. So you just slice little tiny pieces of butter. You just want to get it to where it mostly covers. That way you get a golden brown topping. It bleeds into the cake mix and makes a phenomenal cake crust. So you can use a stick of butter, or you can use a stick and a half of butter. It's really just whatever you want to do. Try to get it on as much of the batter as you can, because it will leave like dry flour. That's kind of what it will look like. Everything else will be golden and bubbly, and then you'll have like a patch of white. So you don't have to make the slices thick. You can make them thin, but just try to get them covered. Alright, so one last step before we pop this in the oven, okay? And this, again, all of this is optional, right? The entire recipe is optional, really. So, I'm going to get some more brown sugar, and I'm going to sprinkle it on the top of this butter so that when it bakes down, it gives it a nice little crisp, which will be so good on top of those oats and almonds. So I'm just kind of sprinkling it over the butter. Alright, so we're going to pop this in the oven, and again, because I'm following different recipes, they're different temperatures and cook times. So I am going for 350, and I'll check it here in about 25 minutes, and I might turn it just so that it evenly cooks. So turn my light on so I can watch it bake. And I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes. And we'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll be back with you. So the timer's going off, so we're going to check. I set it for 25 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's definitely not finished, so I'm just going to turn it around probably. We're going to check on it, but just to make sure it's baking even. So let's get some mints first. Right. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So from here, I think I might set it for like 17 minutes. That's a very odd number. It just sounds like this fits. So it feels good. So we're gonna roll with that. 17 minutes more, and then we'll check it and see how it goes. Okay, so the final timer has went off. Okay, so we're getting ready to pull it out. Let's check it out first. So it's very pretty. Okay, and it smells amazing. I can't even tell you what this, it's like, oh, it's peach heaven. Try not to burn myself. And I just did. So here is the beautiful result of this dump cake, and it is very hot. We are going to let this cool for a bit, and then we'll give it a taste and see. Serve it warm with ice cream on top. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see how it comes out.